This is part of a series on ASD2.WAD. Map 5, a hell of a night. This level provides energy for the entire bunker. It's also where pistol starters are officially gonna blow a fucking fuse. I haven't really talked about this yet since previous levels have been linear and fairly easy, but I do not recommend pistol starting this WAD. Once you reach map 5, it gets tedious, and map 6 is just a goddamn nightmare. Why? Well, in this one, the starting room gives you a backpack and a light amp visor. With these tools, you're expected to take out a few gunners, several mancubi, and a cyber demon. Add in a couple of revenants and some cacos if you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, it's a little tricky, although certainly possible, and that's thanks to the teleporter. You're gonna have to telefrag the cyber demon if nothing else, and that's at least half a shove Nagurath right there. Hey, if I can do it, so can you, but it's still not worth the time and trouble. After that, you'll open up a teleporter, which takes you to a fork. I'd suggest going left first, then right. Loop's better that way. I like some of the visual touches. This lava-filled crack, for instance. I guess the bunker had curry for dinner. Or this switch with release written in front of it. Pressing it lets loose an arch vial back at the beginning, behind this door marked danger. Why anybody would be keeping an archie locked up is beyond me. Makeshift microwave, perhaps. Still, the room itself is neat looking, all scorched and cracked, and it's damaging. You should be careful here. In front of the arch vial room are a few revenants, and if you enjoy more vanilla source sports like I do, you'll already know how much monsters love to get stuck in doorways. Well, two very narrow doorways are going to lead to a lot of crushed corpses. And with an arch vial roaming around, you're going to have more ghost boners than Patrick Swayze. I swear, I've seen more ghost monsters in my short time playing Maximum Doom than I have in almost 3 decades playing other WADs. In one of my runs, I also encountered a glitch here that I've never seen before. One of the revenants simply ceased to exist. He still appeared in the monster count, but I could never kill the bastard. Fucking bizarre. The combat in the fork path areas, on the other hand, is pretty rote. One side gives you a bunch of Hell Knights, hence the map name. The other gives you a bunch of spiders. This all leads to another teleporter opening up, and this is where things get kinda interesting again. You'll beam right into the middle of this electrical grid maze, or whatever the fuck you wanna call it, filled with a ton of gunners and 2 barons. It's not exactly Plutonium Map 11, but it has its own special brand of bullshit. Half the walls in here are this fence texture that can be seen and shot through. My advice? Go forward when you spawn in. The way out is actually behind you, but you can hunker down in this room and try to let the enemies walk into your line of fire, rather than the other way around. Or you can make a mad dash for the blur sphere. Just don't be surprised if you eat a couple turds on the way there. I feel like I should be more annoyed by this, but it's so damn hectic that I kinda like it. And navigating the maze isn't as hard as it looks. On the whole, Map 5 has a few neat ideas, but for some reason I don't really enjoy playing it that much. I think it's because most of the fights take place in wide corridors, which is about as boring as it gets. Still a step up from previous endeavors, although stepping over dog shit isn't very difficult. I'll give it 4 out of 10. Next,